Much prettier.
All right, we're live. Here we go. So welcome back to the IDP Lounge. My name is Nathan, joined with some great guests, some cat people of fantasy football, and to talk a
Meow.
little bit of fantasy football, a little bit of some cats, and to discuss our new league, our new cat themed league that we are going to
Yes.
be going and doing. It's unfortunate we're missing Johnny the Greek. He was supposed to show up for this, as well as Joey the Tooth, but we are very happy for those that did show up. First off, we've got the co-host with the most, Hollywood Titan there. We've got
Hello.
Chris, Robin, Detroit Beastie. That's awesome. We've a celebrity in our midst. And then obviously
He's
Faith
not a celebrity.
and the one and only Z-Max. What is going on, everybody?
Chris, we love you, but don't let that get to your head. I will keep you humble. That's what I'm here to do.
I did the whole get the heck out of here. There's no way. Just a dude talking DFS and people. I'm still shocked, and it is actually humbling that people want to hear what I have to say when it comes to DFS. So absolutely.
I mean, clearly, a couple people do.
Oh, I hit up
Just a few.
Chris on Thursday.
Just like 16,000 or
asking for
something.
He took a review of my DFS lineup and had me switch out Alex Collins for who was that guy? The tight end.
What's that guy?
Not to blow up your
know.
spot because I love you and I appreciate what you did.
I'm sorry. Chris has
Colby
17.9
Parkinson.
thousand followers.
Yeah.
My bad. I was off by a couple
That's
thousand.
all?
Sorry, Chris. Sorry.
You're welcome. It's all right. No, here's if I could just a minute. I don't know if my internet is the one going in and out. Maybe it takes us a second to charge up here. But with that Alex Collins stuff, that was Thursday night, and now we're into Saturday night. It's almost 9. It's just after 9:00 Eastern time, and there's still drips and drabs of folks messaging me privately and in the DM saying you're a dummy. Why would you? And people don't understand the concept
Oh,
of
man.
daily fantasy sports. It was just a fade for Thursday night. Don't take it personally. I'm not trying to kill your cat, skin your cat. It was just a move on Thursday night. So to be honest with you, I've never had that whole deal with social media where they turn on you and go, look, you're an asshole, we're going to cancel you. And I just don't really interact that much. I put my content and I leave it be. I go out on a limb and say fade a guy, and then people are calling me stupid and silly. But in the long run, Nate, I think it was the better move.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. What I really appreciate was the fact that I could come to you and say, like, hey, like, take a look at my lineup, and you responded to me. I think that's the important takeaway from here. When it comes down to it, we're all gambling. We're all just making, our best
Exactly.
judgment, But yeah, I mean, it would have been cool to have that 6 points.
No doubt. And here's one more thing, if I may. I don't understand all of us here in this broadcast, we've been friends for Faith and I, probably going on 2 years just in terms of social media. In Hollywood, we did a bunch of shows together. Nate, we met in person in Canton. So it's like, I don't understand the idea where certain folks think that once someone gets verified, which I'm not, or once someone gets 15 or 20,000 followers, they can just cut off all communication with the outside world, right? Like, what kind of asshole would I be or anybody else be to be like, you know what, I've reached a certain level, which in the grand scheme of things is nothing. I'm a drop in the ocean, just a grain of sand on the beach. So when you say, Nate, well, I'm just so glad you replied back to me. That's what I've built this whole foundation on, being accessible and replying to anybody and everybody who reaches out. So the day that someone says, well, I reached out to Chris and he didn't get back to me, is the day that I hang it up. That's the entire reason why I started a social media page. That's the whole reason why I started writing, because I reached out to so many folks a couple years ago and everybody ghosted me, and it really pissed me off. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make an effort not to be that way. So here we are.
And
Here we
it
are.
has shown. It has shown because how many followers you got now? Like you're up over 10,000. So
17.9.
oh Jesus,
Yeah.
I was lowballing.
I
there.
literally just looked that up because I lowballed him at 15, and he was like,
I remember Chris
Jokingly.
sub 5,000. I remember when
Mhm.
he first joined, and he was not that he was ever a nobody, because Chris, he's got a personality. He is Detroit Beastie. But I remember when he was just kicking off and just starting, and to watch that growth, and because I've been in this. I hate the term, this space, but I've been in this space for like going on 5-6 years now, and I've seen people come blow up, and I've seen people fizzle out. And Detroit Beastie, Chris Robin here, he came in, he blew up, and he's put in the infrastructure to not fizzle out, and so that's why I enjoy being able to come on these shows and talk with them. But a little, less.
excuse you, he is just a hobbyist.
Exactly.
Is true.
I
This
spend
is
a lot
true.
of
Check
hours.
yourself.
I spend a lot of hours in my DFS articles and things like that. So yeah, I guess you could say it's getting serious. So maybe what's the next level up, Faith, from hobbyist to DFS professional, DFS pro, and then where do you? It's like one of those arcade games where you get enough tickets to cash it in, and you get a stuffed animal, or you get a little plastic ring. Like where am I at now? What can I cash in as a hobbyist?
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, Chris. I was.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah, that
noticed it
comment's
too.
weird.
Hollywood.
Those back-to-back comments are really
Nate
weird.
blocked him, but it's still like there.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, I know. Wow, I've never
what's up,
experienced
bot?
that before.
I know that's
Yeah,
heavy bot.
I've been doing this for quite a while.
I just want to state at the beginning of this, it is 9:07 Eastern Standard Time. In just a little over 12 hours, the Falcons-Jets game kicks off. So either set an alarm to get up early or set your rosters now, or else you're going to miss some stuff, and then you're going to be sad. That's my
I'm sure
PSA
Nate
for the
will
evening.
Wake me up at the butt crack of dawn in the morning.
So, just for everyone that's watching this, that will watch the Start Sit show in the morning, understand that I don't wake up before like 10, and I don't plan to for the Atlanta game. I'm going to set my rosters early, set them tonight, and then Hollywood and I, plus whoever will join us, will be there at our usual bat time of 11 a.m. to 12.
Okay, so I'm gonna take over hosting for a second because I
Go for it.
hosted the Club Fantasy Start Sit different day.
Start shit.
Start shit.
It's perfect for Twitter. I mean, you know, if you're gonna start shit, like Twitter's the place to do it.
Start
Oh,
Sit
good.
different day this morning, and so I'm gonna go around the room. And is there anybody? I'll start with Z-Mags and I'll end at Nate. Is there anybody in tomorrow's matchup that you are absolutely setting in your roster, either at your starting positions or your flex, if you have them? And I'm going to ask you, who is your outlier that maybe you think is low rostered, but people might have and that they should start?
I'll give you an offense and a defense.
Okay, perfect.
My offense lock is. I know a lot of people are scared because of the cornerback matchup, but it's Terry McLaurin. He's becoming just such a favorite for Taylor Heineke. I think he's gonna have another monster game. I mean, I don't know if we're looking at like a 30 points like he scored last week, but he's my wide receiver lock, and then I have my IDP, who I think. Oh,
Time
sorry.
out. Did you miss
Time
where
out.
I said for tomorrow morning's game?
Oh, tomorrow morning game. I did.
Yes.
I did miss that
Atlanta.
part.
Falcons or Jets? Because it's early.
Oh, Cordell
and so
Patterson,
okay, I had a feeling you would say that, but I needed you to actually say it.
I said it. Get off my back.
Thank you. Listen, I will come after you.
I know. I will.
Anybody else?
He stole mine. I was going to go Cordell Patterson.
You know what, Hollywood? I'm gonna make you pull a defensive player for me. Chris, anybody from tomorrow morning's matchup that you are absolutely starting, whether Falcons or Jets?
Falcons. I don't know if you can hear me. My connection
Yes.
is so bad. I don't know if it's just me or everybody else is having an issue too.
Yeah, we hear you.
We can hear you.
Oh no.
Can you hear us?
Okay, if you gave us an answer, Chris, you froze for an extended period of time, and we did not hear that answer.
The Atlanta Falcons should win the game. That's what I was getting at. I don't know what the heck's going on with my connection. It's embarrassing.
Okay, is there anybody from the Falcons that you are starting in your lineup, whether it's a starting position or a flex position?
Yeah, I love the idea of Olamide Zacharias. He's a wide receiver, seems to be one of the only healthy wide receivers. Calvin Ridley didn't make the trip. I believe Russell Gage is already inactive. So Olamide has all the gusto to catch a touchdown or put up 60, 70 yards here. I would imagine that gives a boost to Kyle Pitts, and that's about it. So I would not touch Matt Ryan with a 10-foot pole, but I would throw a dart on Olamide Zacharias, and especially in DFS formats.
Hollywood?
Yeah, I think I would go with linebacker Olakun Facade. Just with what they're going to try to do offensively, I think he's going to be a really good play for you this week.
Nate.
So what I would say is that I'm the tech guy in IDP guys, and so I rely on all of you guys to come up with that. I was going to play
That's like me.
Calvin Ridley. I was going to play Calvin Ridley this game, and then he's
he's not even in London.
He didn't travel with the team, so instead I'm pivoting to Laviska Shenault.
So don't start Ridley. Just for what it's worth. Don't start Ridley.
But I like this. I like this Faith taking over the ship here and just hosting right now. And Chris, I do apologize, and anyone else that might be experiencing any problems. We're now using the Max StreamYard platform thing, like the Max account. So I was fiddling with it today, and I said, well, why don't we stream in 1080p? Which, if I remember correctly, the last time I did that, it made it difficult for our guests. So I apologize. I'm sorry.
It's been good. The last 4 or 5 minutes, it's been fantastic.
Oh, perfect. That's great. So that might be the problem, and I will remember that for next time and keep it in 720 because it's not as much bandwidth for internets and stuff. But we need to talk about, because this is why we all came together for this episode, cats. We are all cat parents, and we are creating a cat themed fantasy football league for the next season, which, while I wanted it to be dynasty and salary cap and like all of that greatness, Faith has put her foot to the floor and said no. So it's great that I'm a generous person. So why don't we go into our animals and how, if there is a particular one, like I've only got one cat. Chris, obviously you have Beastie, and Z-Mags, I know that you have like 3 litters that just are in and around your house. So I guess we just pick our favorite and just talk about like how you got the cat and what it's like living with being a cat person. Let's start with Chris, because you have the most notorious Twitter cat, I think, at this point. Everyone knows Beastie, and probably, if not as famous, maybe more famous than you are.
Yeah, rightfully so. Now, the story behind Beastie is my late father. He died about 4 or 5 years ago from colon cancer, and when he was sick, we were getting cat food or something for the other two cats my parents had, and there was an adoption day going on. And we saw Beastie. She was very tiny,
He's
brown.
not
Her real
happy.
name is Hershey, but I call her Beastie because her tail is so thick. It's like a kangaroo tail, so I call her Beastie. So after he passed away, I took Beastie in, and here we are now.
Oh, nice. So what's it like? Because okay, I work from home. I know that you kind of work from home. You have one of those kind of jobs. And I've got this big desk, and my cat will come in and she'll sleep on my desk, different areas. Like, is that something that Beastie does? Like, how do you interact during the day working from home?
We're totally disconnected during the day. She doesn't like to be touched, doesn't like to be held. In all my years that she's been here in my home, she never has slept in my bed. She'll jump on in the bed at like 4 or 5 in the morning and walk on my head and yell in my face because she's hungry because it's 4 or 5 in the morning. But in terms of being snuggly, cuddly, absolutely not. I cannot pick her up. I give her pets, and that's about it.
Oh wow! So the
Pet.
resting cat face.
Yeah, especially
I got the same thing, Zach. I am in love with Zach's cat's tail just randomly coming across the screen.
every time I'm on video doing something, this is him. You can ask Hollywood. I swear, every time I'm on IDP
true.
Nation, I have the same conversation with him. This cat just has to be somewhere in front of me.
That's awesome. So
And this is only
just
one of my 4.
One last comment on Beastie, and then we're gonna get into Z-Mag and his cat. But so the resting cat face, that is just like synonymous with Beastie's personality.
Mhm. Yes, it is.
Apparently so. Apparently so.
I will say that. So Chris and I are, like he said earlier, social media friends, and I will randomly just get pictures of Beastie.
Oh,
And 9 times out of 10, she's just got RBF, resting Beastie face.
that's cute. Okay, so let's get into Z-Mags. So Z-Mags, you take the next step. Like Chris, he rescued Beastie, but you actually volunteer at a local shelter. You help bring in cats from your neighborhood that are wild or out in the outside area.
The feral
Go
ones.
into the feral ones. Go into how you got your cat and what you do for your community.
Well, I have the very first cat I have. She's a calico. Her name's Autumn. I rescued her as a kitten from my shelter here in town. And that's kind of like, I've always had a thing for cats growing up. I blame it on my grandma because she just kind of almost the same kind of person I am. But so yeah, I rescued Autumn from the shelter. Her and I were extremely connected. The Autumn will literally follow me everywhere. She sleeps between my legs at night. And like if I'm in the bathroom getting in the shower, Autumn follows me into the shower. Like it's weird. It's weird. But yeah, so I've kind of started a collection. I have 4 cats. I have the one that's constantly trying to be in camera. His name is Sid. This is Sid. He's my daughter's cat. But he spends a lot of his time with me. But and then I have another rescue. Her name is Faith. She's really just she's a loner. She likes to keep to herself. She only
Same.
she doesn't really want too much attention. Yeah, right. Yeah,
Not
she just
same.
doesn't. I mean, every now and then she'll want attention, but and then my last rescue, because I have 2 all black cats, and because they don't get adopted out very often. They have trouble finding homes, and then my last one, he's an all black cat, and his name is Panther. Literally all he does all day is eat and sleep. He is massive. He's a massive cat. But yeah, on top of the ones I own, I volunteer for the Independent Cat Society here in my area. I live in Indiana, Northwest Indiana, not far from Chicago. But there's an Independent Cat Society up here, and they practice a program called TNR, which is an acronym for Trap, Neuter, Return. And what we do is basically, so this got me started because in the area I lived, there's probably like 20 plus cats running around outside my house. And I got 16 of them all trapped and fixed so far. And, they get them all their rabies shots. You get them fixed. You get them cleaned up so they won't get fleas and stuff like that. And, I have 16 of them fixed. It's created a better environment for the cats, and that's a big thing that I know that feral cats can be a pest for anybody listening that's like, man, I just can't stand these cats outside. That, yes, I understand it's a problem. Instead of complaining, you can be a part of the solution, which is working with local societies that participate with the TNR. You get these cats trapped, you get them fixed, and it stops from the continuous repopulation. Because a cat, like if a pregnant cat could give birth to like 10 kittens, and that just adds continuous problems. But that's enough about me.
Well, as Bob Barker of Price is Right says, spay or neuter your cats
and dogs.
Yes.
And dogs, yeah. So, Faith, let's go into your cat.
Yeah.
And what's the story there?
So I got my cat from my parents who live 9 hours away in northern Georgia. They had originally gotten him from a friend of theirs as an intention of being an outside cat to kill moles because they have moles. They live up in the mountains and all of that stuff. And so he was the only gray one out of a litter of orange tabbies. And kittens, you can't really tell when they're young, like whether they're going to have long hair or short hair. So they got him and they kept him. They tried to keep him outside for like 2 days and he whined. And so finally they let him inside and they sent me pictures and I could tell that he was going to have either medium hair or long hair. And I was like, he's too pretty to be outside. And we had a cat that we got from my aunt when I was a kid. He was an all black, long haired cat. He's one of those that if you sit down with a newspaper, he was on top of the newspaper on your lap. Like you could not do anything. And so I've always said that I wanted a cat because they're less maintenance than a dog. I can leave a cat with enough food and water for 3 days and he'll be fine instead of having to find somebody to walk the dog or do all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And so when I saw my parents' cat, I was like, I want him. And my parents were like, okay, because he was still young and they've just come to the realization that they're just not pet people. They like their independence. They're in their 60s. They like to be able to go wherever, do whatever, not have to worry about anything. So I got him in 2017. He was born in 17. So he is 4. Oh. And he's a giant diva.
Sounds familiar.
Like, he is needy. The minute I walk in the door from work or being gone, whatever, whether I was gone for 20 minutes or 8 hours, he acts like I have abandoned him for a month. He will yell at me for 20 minutes and act like he hasn't eaten in 3 days. I'm like, you have food. He just wants to know I exist. But I can't go pick him up or touch him because he's like, no. This is just not, no. I will let you hold me on my terms. Other than that, don't touch me. You are right, Aaron. Dogs have owners, cats have staff.
Yeah. Nice. Well, there it is. So Hollywood, your cat, because you showed it, and I wasn't even sure if you had a cat, but you're a co-host, so obviously you're invited on. So
you saw
give
her
us the story
briefly for a moment before she said, "I'm done with you," and she's she's long gone. So, but yeah, we rescued her from the pound when she was about 6-7 months old. So,
What's her name?
Her name's Mariah, but we all call her Baby Girl.
Mariah, as in Mariah Carey.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what they had named her at the pound. So, but we just call her Baby Girl. So, and clearly she's no baby. But and then we've got
she's a chunk, and I love her.
Yeah, she's a big one. She probably weighs about 12 pounds. Yeah, no lie, she's the boss.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a couple outside, and we recently got a brand new litter of 4 out there. So we've got 4 3-week-old kittens out there.
Oh, that's cute.
It is.
Yeah.
There's a couple of cats who live kind of feral outside, like where I live, like my house area, and one of my neighbors feeds them. And I noticed the other day that one of them, who had kittens maybe a year or so ago, she's looking rather rotund, and I was like, she pregnant? Whore.
There it is. All right, so we got Chris back, and we were asking about that resting cat face. And so, Chris, why don't you, because you kind of like, we had some technical issues and you didn't get your response in, but if you would like to, tell us a little more about, that resting cat face that you might deal with.
Yeah, Beastie's she's a jerk. She's an asshole, but that's the whole beauty behind the thing. She's my jerk. She's my asshole. And again, she was like an East Side Detroit alley cat. I didn't know what you heard of the story about my late father, and we just came across her getting cat food for the other cats one day. And her original name, my father and my mother named her Hershey because you could see her color. She's like light brown and tan and all these weird colors. I call her Beastie because again, I don't know if this is weird, but I'm going to say it anyways. If you look at Max, if you got your cat right there, grab its tail, like right at the base, right at the base of its spine, kind of like by its butthole. And normally it's just a regular, a tail is a tail. Beastie's tail is fucking thick, dude. It's like the size of a kangaroo tail. So I'm like, this cat is a beast. She's got a kangaroo, like she could bounce around on her tail like that, like Tigger from, Winnie the Pooh. So I call her Beastie. And let me tell you this, I believe March is her birthday. She just turned 10 and there's no signs of slowing down. She's fit, she's in shape, and she eats a ton in the morning. You know the deal. Like if you live alone or your wife or kids or anything, anybody, we have a routine when we wake up. I wake up. Sometimes she never comes in bed with me to lay or to purr, nothing like that. She's gone. She gets what she needs from me, and then she splits. But in the morning, sometimes at around 6:30, she'll walk on the bed, walk on my head, or she'll put her face right here and just growl. She'll growl. I'm not kidding. She growls so I can get up and feed her, and then I'll feed her. I give her Sheba or Fancy Feast, just like a little portion. And then she'll eat that up quick before my cup of coffee is done brewing. I can't even sit down and rest and wake up with my cup of coffee because more times than not, I have to feed her a second time. And then an hour later, I give her a handful of cookies. And then I've gotten into the routine where at night, when I get home, I'm in my office downstairs now. She knows. As soon as she hears the garage door open, she's downstairs in my office waiting because I'll give her a lick stick. I give her these things called Frisky's Lil Soups, or there's another one called Loaded Grillers, just a plastic pouch. So, she's a beast, but who's the dummy here, her or me? It's me. I'm always feeding her and giving her all this stuff, but it's well worth it. But to be
she
fair,
seems to be fit, though. She doesn't seem to be overweight because, like, Johnny...
Johnny's cat is literally my favorite thing on this planet. She's thick with 3 C's.
But like,
I love
he
her.
literally. Okay, so him and I used to live together. Like, he was my roommate, and Charlotte was my wife now, but she was living with us. It was the 3 of us in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Company.
And that was when we all moved into that apartment is when he got I don't even know what Peanut, I guess is what he's calling her now. Originally we called her Meow Lysandre.
Oh, okay.
Red Witch from
Game of Thrones.
Game of
but
Thrones.
with meow at the beginning. So obviously that didn't stick, and then he turned it into Blumpkin, and now it's Peanut.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
there's a lot going on there. But he went away for, I don't remember what it was, but a couple days, and we had to watch the cat. Because he fed, it was his cat, he fed it and everything. And he was like, okay, so she gets her dry food, and then she gets once a day the wet food, and then this is just a cup full of treats that is just always filled. And we're like, all right, man, whatever you want to do. But like, the cat is on a diet now because of when he first got it, he didn't know how to feed a cat properly, which was amazing. And, we were just like, I mean, it's your cat. Like, we'll do whatever you want. But yeah, it was wild. And so that cat is very overweight and is now on a diet because it was like 15 pounds at one point.
I love
it.
Like I said earlier, Chris and I are friends on social media, and Chris and I are friends on Snapchat. And I can't tell you how often I get, like, when Chris goes to the store to buy food and treats for Beastie, it's literally an entire basket.
I'm such a sucker, and it's not even like your regular everyday food. It's not dry food. It's not wet food.
Treats.
It's all cookies and treats and nonsense. And then I give her on Sunday. So tomorrow morning, a lot of us Sunday morning, it's busy in season. We're doing all these broadcasts and stuff. I'm always booked from like 7 a.m. till like 1 p.m. Just boom, 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 talking, and my voice is shot. So when I'm done, I will give her a little bit of catnip, or maybe if I have like a break at like 10:30, I'll give her catnip, and then she comes and finds me, give her cookies once she gets stoned. So it's just it's a whole thing with her. But we're in a nice routine, nice rhythm. So I wouldn't change it for the world. She's great. And again, there's no partnership here. There's no comfort here. It's not like I feed her and she lays on me and I can pet her at night and calm down or relax. There's none of that. The only joy I get out of Beastie is talking about her on a broadcast and she's not even here. So I guess it's a give and take.
Yeah.
Chris also has neighborhood cats that he feeds, and one of them in particular he's trying to lure back to his house.
Those aren't that's not my neighborhood. That's his name's Jonathan. I don't know.
It's Jonathan.
You would know him.
Okay.
Jonathan is the mentally impaired adult. I look after. I go over there and I check in at him with him. He's in a condo and there's a couple cats over there and I feed him all the time.
I never realized they were his neighborhood.
And I'd like to catch both of them. I believe it's the mom and the son, because Jonathan's moving at the end of the month. So I will never be. He's not moving. He's moving like a block and a half away. And I know next to him, there's an older deaf lady who is just as kind, with feeding the cats and everything. But I'd like to catch them, get them spayed and neutered, as Mag said, and then just keep them, right? I think it's time. Beastie's been when Beastie was brought into my parents' household, there was 2 or 3 other cats. So she's been alone now for about 4 or 5 years, and she's king of the castle. She's queen shit here. And I think it'd be nice if she had like some sort of, kinship, a brother or sister or something like that. We'll see how it goes. I don't want her to piss all over the couches,
Yeah.
Screw you, Dad.
Screw you. I'm going to pee on your nice couch. Your brand
You got to be
couch.
careful with. Yeah. Introducing cats to each other is a. Yeah. That's
I don't know if anybody, Faith, you have my couch. I bought a brand new couch about 1.5 years ago.
I don't know that I've seen your couch.
I'll send a picture to you guys
thanks.
when I'm done. The couch that I bought, the stripes on it, I bought because it matches her fur. I mean, what kind of dummy am I? But here we are.
Yeah.
I'm looking at buying a gray leather couch so I don't have to clean cat hair off of it. So
exactly.
So we have a couch. It was red leather. It was pristine coming out of the old apartment with Johnny and Peanut. Peanut would not scratch a thing. Like, there's something about this cat that she scratches her scratching post and would never scratch our leather couch, which everyone was like, you have a cat. Why are you getting leather? Okay. So now fast forward to it's in our apartment. Before we got Luna, we had my sister's cat, Kaya, And now she wasn't as bad, but there was some scratches that happened. And then we put a black cloth, like, what are those things where you like a covering onto the couch so that it changed the color, and it was now, we're not sitting on the leather, we're sitting on that. And she was a gray cat, so we had all of this gray fuzz all the time we'd have to scoop off. And then now it's like we've got Luna, who is a black cat, and it's like perfect. We don't have, but she scratches this crap out of everything. Like, but I guess I should get into my story because we've gone around the room on all the animals, and I haven't gone yet. So my wife and I, over the past, I don't know, since 2015, we've lived together, and we've always had the benefit of a roommate who has owned a cat. So we get the benefits of a cat without actually having to be a cat owner. Don't have to feed it, don't have to scoop its litter box, but we get to pet all the time, which was great. We went through 3 or 4 different roommates that way, different cats and everything. And then finally my sister was moving out. So we were going to have this apartment where we're at all alone. And we're like, we should get a cat. It's time. I think we're ready. So it just so happened that we, back in, I want to say April, late May, were trolling Craigslist and went through many different listings. And I don't know about you guys where you're at, but out here, a cat that has been spayed and all of that stuff runs about $300 to $400 on Craigslist, just from like a litter that's out there. And then even if they've not had all of that, you're still looking at $100. I remember when I was in Michigan, it was easily free. You could find a litter cat anywhere, and on Craigslist, you just go and pick them up. Out here, they actually recommend that you don't even post a free cat, because it would, people wouldn't come out there. They would think there's something wrong with it. So we found Luna for $75, about a town over, and we went there, picked her up, and she was so cuddly right out of the box. Like, it was her. So we go to this lady's house. We're on the porch. She had 2 black kittens that she was showing us, and Charlotte, my wife, picked up Luna. I picked up some other cat that was scratching the crap out of me, and we decided, okay, well, let's go with the cuddly one, because obviously, that is the better option here. And so we brought her home, pampered the crap out of her. She is both independent and needing attention at all times. I sit here like at my desk, and she dictates when I take breaks, because I guarantee you, before 10 o'clock, she will probably come over here, start screaming at me so that she can jump in my lap and just like be it right here for 10, 15 minutes, to the point that like I've had to been like, got up and gave her to my wife, because I just need to work. Like, I can't sit here and just not do anything. So but we just absolutely, I don't know. She has right now a collar that has a bow tie on it. She is a Halloween cat.
So cute.
And she has a wardrobe. So my wife buys clothes for her to put her into, and we take photos of it and everything. And it's amazing. She hates it. But also, when she's in her harness and stuff, she gets to go to the park. So we have a cat that goes on a leash outside the house. And she's not an outdoor cat.
So really quick,
ahead.
Nate, I heard what you said. I liked it. It's a lovely story, but we just glossed over the fact that
I like that. It's a lovely story.
It's a lovely story, but I can't believe nobody mentioned that you searched Craigslist for a cat, a pussy cat, and you didn't get some weirdo freak showing up at your house, looking to take advantage of you and your wife. I don't even know if is Craigslist still even around. I mean, you type in some stuff like that on Craigslist. You're either, it depends on what you're looking for. It could be either a good time or a bad time.
That is a solid point.
I would say that we spent.
It's almost like seeking arrangements.
You're right. Craigslist personals.
We spent 3 weeks looking at it was Craigslist. It was like anything we could get our hands on. Like, how would you go about getting, a kitten without having to go to like a store? Like, we didn't want to do a store-bought kitten because those are always expensive and like you don't want to perpetuate that. So we were looking at and out here like rescuing a cat from a shelter. Well, like John did it with Peanut, which was fine as far as like an older cat. He rescued Peanut at, I think she was 2 years old. So it was like maybe like $80 to $90. A kitten, which we wanted to do because we wanted to be able to kind of mold it to, our personality. And a kitten out here starts at 300.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
To adopt?
To adopt a kitten out here is 300 because they have no problem emptying the shelter. Like they have absolutely no problem. It's the older cats that have to go. Kittens are expensive. So, and I mean, don't get me wrong. We to spay Luna, I'm pretty sure I paid almost $1,000 to the vet. Recently. Yeah. She had like they do. So we didn't want to do the like mobile clinic or any of those stuff. We found a vet that we like and we go there. And they're pretty reasonable as far as like an office visit is about $50. But we went through them for the spay rather than like a mobile clinic or something because they do the extra testing and make sure like the anesthetic will work and all that stuff. And she came back with a problem with her platelets in the first set of testing. So we had to pay a good chunk of like $400 just for them to say like, hey, we need you to come back in 2 weeks after we do this test, and then pay all of that again. So it was quite expensive, but she's all good now. She's actually, it's funny. They shaved her like upper forearms, so it looked like she had furry boots. For, like, 2 weeks.
I just want to state for the record that at halftime, the Texas A&M Aggies are up over the Alabama Crimson Tide 24-10, and it could not make me happier.
Oh, Hollywood, while you're here, what's the score of the Michigan game? I haven't watched the snap all game.
13-0 Michigan.
All right, fair enough.
So there's a trade question in the chat.
Yeah, I can throw that in. I mean, IDP Lounge, the concept around it was not to get into fantasy football. For those watching us, it was about fantasy football creators getting a chance to dive into their lives and dive into the background. But I will
understand that, but it's one question.
Throw in the should I trade Jamar Chase and Chuba for Chase Edmonds and Tyler Chuba? I'm sorry, Chuba for Chase Edmonds and Tyler Boyd. Currently have Scary Terry, Chuba, Michael Thomas, Dalvin and Clyde on my RBs. What do you guys think?
It's a slam dunk. You keep Jamar Chase and Hubbard here.
Yep. No
I mean, what
that.
kind of upgrade are you getting with Chase Edmonds, who has a game time decision tag now? I know this is a trade is more long term, but just what I know now. And then Boyd is fantastic, but you already have what should be the alpha in that offense for plenty of years to come in Chase. And then when you say you have Stephon Diggs and Terry, it doesn't make sense to cut Jamar Chase just to add Tyler Boyd here. And then you have, what did he say, Dalvin Cook and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Yeah, you're sitting pretty. I'm going to hold on that one. Unless the other guy in the deal wants to rework something, you can give up Hubbard, but say, no, I have to keep my paws on Jamar Chase here. There's no way. And I would imagine, given the magnitude of the trade question, it's probably some sort of long-term thing, dynasty keeper league. And regardless, I'm keeping what I have here.
So with McCaffrey being hurt so much here lately, you got to keep Chubbard. I mean, he's walking into a starting role right there as long as McCaffrey's out.
Did you just say Chubbard?
Chubbard.
That's what we call him.
I did.
Chubbard.
Chubby Chubberson.
Chubby Chubberson. Exactly. Chubby Chubberson.
I swear to you, if you ever write Chubbard in an article, I will delete everything.
Well, guess who's
I'm
getting
gonna
their
write
pen
one
and paper out
tomorrow
now?
For you to edit and call it Chubby Chubberson.
I'm going to
Chris,
write that down right now.
Chris, I don't edit your articles, so I can't say it about you.
Well, given
Maybe-
this last week bottom of the barrel, they put in hobbyist, and you know, if it fits, I think I'm bright enough to kind of work, you know, fun stuff in for the people that understand it. If someone read that hobbyist, they probably didn't know what it means, and they didn't give a shit. They moved on, but it mattered most to the people in this group right now. So that's all that matters. So what was it, Chubby Chubberson? I'm going to write that down now.
Chubby Chubberson. That's
Say
happening.
hi.
Oh my God, no!
Kitty.
Oh, she is.
Look
so
at that
fluffy.
coat.
Look at her.
He's pissed.
Oh,
Say hi. He's kicking the desk. He's trying to get away.
He's so mad right now. You
Don't
can see
give
his face.
So, okay,
Yes,
here's my
yes.
question. Piggybacking off of this trade question,
Go.
Michael Thomas, where are we with him?
Oh, now
at
there's
this
cat
point?
hair
He's
all over my
on-
shirt.
He's on IR, and essentially, like, we don't have Drew Brees, so, and there's been all of that weird stuff in the offseason and leading into the beginning of the season. Is Michael Thomas still a wide receiver one candidate?
Why are we talking about fantasy football? You literally just
think
got
he's
done
mod-
saying that's not what this is for.
No, to answer your question,
I think he's going to be the target
question, no.
monster once he's back.
I personally speaking,
That's
Madge,
just
I
me.
think Michael Thomas is a huge candidate for going somewhere else, and we can spin that whole fresh new outlook perspective. So whatever,
Yeah.
there's nothing left for him to do in New Orleans. I mean, are they going to compete for a Super Bowl in the next few years? Unfortunately, probably not. So I think that the fresh start outlook would serve him best. Where we don't know, but I think it would be best for him to go somewhere else. So for the remainder of this season, when he's back off IR, absolutely no, he is not a candidate for wide receiver one.
Gotcha.
I don't think
Okay.
he's going to be relevant until a few weeks after he's back, but I still think he's going to be the Saints wide receiver one. Does that mean he's a wide receiver one for fantasy? Probably not. But I still think he could, probably by December he can be plugged in lineups and he should be comfortably started. That's just me, but
I'm with you.
I'm gonna ask you guys
Drew Brees said he was retiring, so I have no shares of him. So
I'm gonna ask you guys a question about a different player who is injured. If you have any shares of Russell Wilson, are you holding on to him in the hopes that he might play in 6 to 8 weeks if they make the playoffs? Or are you just so we'll say in a redraft league, because Dynasty, it could be, I mean, the fact of the matter is nobody knows if he's still going to be in Seattle next year because there's that whole turmoil there. So are you holding on to Russell Wilson?
Week 10?
It puts you in, but it's
12-ish probably more.
yeah,
more
and then
realistic.
you're into fantasy
Yeah.
football playoffs. Yeah, it's, I would say closer to 8. So
if he's out that long, would be my thought.
So do you hold on to him or do you drop him and not waste a roster spot?
I have an idea
I'm
here.
dropping.
Yeah, redraft I'm dropping, but I have an idea
You
here.
got the room you keep, but
Let's say this is some sort of dynasty or keeper league where your team rolls over and everything. Well, obviously you're going to hold, you're going to put him on IR, and you're going to wait. Hopefully when he comes back, might not be relevant for you and your fantasy team at that time, but let's see if he comes back. I think Russ Wilson, when he's back, hits the ground running, just some sort of thumb or finger injury. So when he's back in the active roster, slinging it, you look to sell off as quick as you can. I mean, that's really the only option here.
I mean, yeah, it's a finger, but it's what they call mallet finger on his throwing hand. He snapped the tendon that basically moves your finger.
Yeah, he's a man of God. He's got a lot of faith. I'm not saying that to be funny. I guess not. But he's healthy, body, mind, and spirit. I mean, this guy will hit the ground running when he comes back. I don't even think it's a blip on the radar in terms of being out for 6 to 8 weeks. But once he's back and active, I mean, he's going to be what he is, a very good quarterback.
You don't think, because there's been some people that say like this is a major injury that could super affect his throwing and that finger particularly. Do you think he's the type of person that will be able to rehab this, and Russ is going to cook for another 2-3 years?
Yeah. Well, here's again, I just thought of this too. I mean, if you have Russell Wilson on a dynasty team, there's no the move. You don't have any other moves than to hold and wait it out. What are you going to do? If I am, isn't that right, Hollywood? Like if Hollywood, if you and I were in a league, right? We don't know each other. We're just playing some sort of league. If I offered you Russell Wilson in a trade right now, you would decline so fast and tell me to get bent. So as an owner of Russell Wilson, you're kind of forced to wait and see, hold him and see, because there is literally no other move to be made right now.
Yeah, if you are in a dynasty league where someone else may be a little squirrely on him and you don't have Russell Wilson, are you trading for him and trying to get that discount that might be out there?
And if you are trading for him, what are you offering?
That's the thing right now. If I'm trading for him, I'm looking to really get over on the other owner. My first pitch is going to be, look, I'd like to have Russell Wilson, but he's out 8 weeks. He's of no use to me this season. So that's the other option you have. And the Russ owner is going to want the world for him. And the person trying to acquire Russ doesn't barely want to give up a Chubby Chubberson. So what's the point here? Your only move is to hold, wait and see, and hold. And I was being really realistic there. What can you get for Russell Wilson right now? Probably, a running back in the top 18 or lower. So, the first 17 or 18 running backs are probably off the table right now. So you're looking at a Damian Harris, a Zach Moss, something along those lines. And again, it's probably going to be some sort of offer where it's quantity over quality. I know a lot of folks who don't really know how to trade. That's what they do. I want Patrick Mahomes, and I'm going to give you a bunch of dog shit for him. Hopefully you think, quantity over quality. So to me, Russ, there's only one move to make.
You just targeted a bunch of owners in my leagues.
Also, throw in a moon pie and you've got a deal.
How about one of those oatmeal cream pies?
Oatmeal cream pies are okay, but moon pies are better.
The original moon pie.
Never had a moon pie.
I like a banana moon pie.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
The banana sounds good. Yeah.
It's delicious.
You just said you've never had a moon pie.
Not in my life.
He's from Michigan. What do you expect?
I'm from Michigan.
Have you had a moon pie, Nate?
I have had a moon pie. I've had a moon pie in Michigan.
Oh.
What about I'm into it's local Hostess, those fruit pies. They come in a box. They're basically like those things you get from McDonald's, the apple pie things, but they're Hostess, and they're probably worse for you than this
moon pie is a very different
moon pie.
Chris, I'm going to send you some moon pies. It's marshmallow.
Oh, and I do not like marshmallow, so that's probably.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well,
I was going to say, go to any Cracker Barrel, you can find moon pies. But if you don't like marshmallow, then
you're going to be bummed out. I've never eaten at a Cracker Barrel in my life.
What?
What the fuck? I can't. That's it. We're done.
I think there's
you got to get out and explore, man. State.
Christopher, next year, we're going to friggin' Cracker Barrel.
Absolutely. It's not that I don't want to eat it. It's just the opportunity has never presented itself.
They
have the best chicken.
I used to live in the area that you are living in now. There are Cracker Barrels all over the place.
The one on Little Mac and 12 Mile in St. Clair Shores, right by the old
12 Mile
right there. Well, Nate's from St. Clair Shores. Your wife was from St. Clair Shores, right? That's close.
No, she's from like Tawas area.
Oh yeah. You're waiting.
Yeah, I've never been to Michigan.
I thought you were. Okay.
My experience with Michigan is the Detroit airport on my way to France.
I'm sorry.
It's not a bad airport.
It's not terrible. Chicago airport is terrible. Like
Which one,
absolutely.
O'Hare or Midway? Because I fly into
O'Hare.
Midway next month. Okay.
O'Hare is a half
O'Hare is bad.
shoe with sprouts. So like you'll be over here and then have to get over to here
Oof.
in like
20
45 minutes. Yeah.
Well, that was
O'Hare
like
is bad.
so. Humble brag here. The new Istanbul airport is ridiculous, and we were flying from Serbia to Miami, and so we had to go through passport control, and literally, there's like a mall in between the concourses because it's an international airport. All of this duty-free stuff. So we legitimately had to walk, and at one point ended up almost running a mile to get from one concourse to the other. And we get to the gate, and it's like final boarding call. And then because it took us 20 minutes to get through passport control. And then because Turkey is a Muslim country, we had to go through security at the gate again, but there were separate lines for men and women because men could only search men and women could only search women. So it took us another 20 minutes to get through the security line. I don't know why I started telling that story.
I have
yeah,
no
we're
idea.
talking about airports.
Now you got me
definitely.
thinking about turkey. I want a big old thing of turkey and gravy.
You know, Thanksgiving is coming up.
Hey,
and-
it's a monthly, Daryl.
Yeah.
Hey, excuse me. I would like to say for the record, my birthday comes before Thanksgiving, so simmer down.
There it is.
It's the day
So-
before.
Actually, Halloween is the major holiday that's coming up here.
I don't
Yeah,
celebrate
it is.
Halloween, so
That is
Absolutely
also.
is.
Wait, what?
Whoa, what?
hi. I was born and raised in a Christian household. I've never been trick or treating in my life.
Holy
What?
shit! First of all, Chris has never eaten a moon pie or been to frickin' Cracker
Yeah.
Barrel, and you don't sell. I can't with it, Nate. You're gonna have to book better guests because I can't do this. I just can't.
Hollywood, remember who edits your articles, honey?
Hollywood, I got one for you.
Oh god, I can't take no more of this.
I've never seen Godfather.
I haven't either.
I haven't seen all of them.
Done.
I've never seen Rocky either.
So, okay.
I'm not a fan of Rocky movies, but
I haven't really watched too many of those. But I will say, my wife and I got married on Halloween.
I do know that.
It's an important holiday for me.
okay.
If
It's your anniversary.
If you see our house right now, it's like, I mean, we have a black cat. We have Halloween decorations. We have we just went pumpkin picking today. We're gonna make jack-o'-lanterns. Like, it's a fun thing. And I will say that, like, I grew up in like a Christian household, like more a little like later on. Like, my parents became that like thing in like 2001 after some stuff happened, and obviously, like, I would have been like 12 years old at that point, so I had a lot of history with Halloween at that there. But like, as just if you get past all of the like our weird religion shit and you just go with, hey, we get to dress up, we get candy, and like, it's a fun holiday. Like, it's one of my favorite. But I will say Thanksgiving is the best for food, and that is coming up. And Z-Mags is holding up a glass of
Super Bowl 21.
Gee, that's a nice glass. Where'd you get that at?
You recognize this cup, Daryl? From this nice guy. This is a pretty cool guy. He sent me this.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
I have this feeling he's
Daryl
talking.
sent me
Are you
that guy.
talking? I was gonna say, I have this feeling he's talking about you, Hollywood.
Me, nice guy. That don't sound like me at all.
That is correct.
No.
That's a valid point.
So, Detroit Beastie, Chris, did you were booked at 10, right?
Correct. Yeah.
As in say,
You probably have to go here very soon.
There's a buffer of like 5 or 10 minutes. I'd like to think.
Okay.
so okay.
Other people would rather spend time with than us. I'm appalled.
Well, here's the thing.
Anybody would rather spend time with other people than with you, Hollywood. Why are
I'm
you
going to be
appalled?
honest and upfront with you, everybody here. So if the first, 10 minutes of the show, I wasn't getting disconnected and fading in and out, I would have been gone 10 minutes ago. But I want to make it right because the first portion of the show was awful on my end from some sort of connection issue. And I'm on my phone right now. That's why.
So, okay, for everybody watching you now, I'm going to brief poll, Nate. If anybody just hasn't gotten enough of you in the last 50-ish minutes, Chris, where can they go find you in the next 5 to 10?
Well, first and foremost, right around my chest by the Detroit Red Bull stuff. On Twitter, at Detroit Beastie. All my DFS content is with Team Riser Fall. I'm doing some in-studio stuff and some remote videos with Woodward Sports, which is local
That
to
is
me
really
here.
cool.
It's a fantastic organization. So I got to meet all those guys, and we're going to pop on their broadcast here and there. But first and foremost, all my content is at Team Riser Fall. My DFS videos, bottom of the barrel. I mean, that's the moneymaker for me there. It's Team Riser Fall.
I meant, what are you on at 10 o'clock?
Oh, I'm moving along to, I got something going on. This guy's name is Steady Freddy. He reached out and said, you got like 15 or 20 minutes to talk. DraftKings and FanDuel, how to build, what I'm doing build-wise in week 5. I said, absolutely.
Nice.
Sweet.
That is one awesome thing about you is generally, I mean, obviously I've sent you a few messages to come on this show, but they've been like, 30 minutes beforehand, but you generally don't say no. You're the guy that you're on it for whoever, and you go that extra mile, which I generally appreciate about you, man. Definitely.
Well, I appreciate that, Nate. And here's my thing, not speaking for anybody else, nobody here, nobody out there in social media land. What's the point of what I'm doing here if I'm not willing to, go on other broadcasts, reply to DMs? And not everything has to be out in the public on a live broadcast or just a pre-recorded broadcast. I'm sure we all have folks that message us daily or weekly, and they're asking questions. And so what's the point of what I'm doing here with my DFS content and my broadcasting and wanting to help and enjoy other people's conversations if I say no? I mean, I'll move heaven and earth to be on certain broadcast, on any broadcast. If it fits, I'm there. It's always like, this is going to come off sounding weird or like jerky, but in a way it's like first come, first serve. If I'm already booked on a broadcast at 10, I'm not going to then reach, you know what I mean? It's just too much confusion. I like to be labeled, easy to work with. This guy shows up, he's prepared, he's prompt. And, everything I'm doing, my foundation is built on being accessible and being helpful. I mean, it's just that simple.
Yeah, and you definitely are. No, greatly appreciate you coming on, being here. Just for real quick, for everyone that's watching the show, let them know where to find you, and where to get you. Obviously, Detroit Beastie is right.
I kind of did just do that, but at Detroit Beastie, that's where it's all at. That's where it all goes down, at Detroit Beastie or at Team Riser Fall in the Discord, which is free. We're talking, we're already talking NHL, DFS, and I would imagine as soon as it locks tomorrow, 1 p.m., we're already going to be talking about Week 6 NFL DFS. So at Detroit Beastie or Team Riser Fall, my friends.
Wouldn't NFL DFS lock earlier, considering tomorrow's 9:30 start?
Well, that game is not on the main slate. The main slate is on at 1 p.m.
I don't do DFS.
That's fine.
No,
it's a valid question. So there's a single game for that game, or I believe, unless you're a psychopath, some people play. There's a Thursday through Monday slate, and that encompasses every game that's being played. And why someone would do that, the odds are not in your favor with such a big slate like that, but it is what it is.
Well, these places are essentially like casinos, and casinos like to have the odds in their favor. So
exactly.
The house always wins.
Yeah. Well, Chris, thank you so much for coming on. If you have to go, stay as long as you want, obviously. We're going to keep this going and see, what other conversations come from this. Generally, we usually go for about an hour and a half. So we're going to do that. Chris, again, thank you so much. I'm going to grab a refill. And you guys,
Same.
Hollywood, you are also a host here. So why don't you, kick into some hosting duties for the 3 minutes that'll be off camera?
Chris,
Sure.
I just want to state for the record that it was delightful being on our, I think this was our first stream together.
We weren't on with Ryan Weiss once or twice before, like New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, something like that.
Our airing of the fantasy football grievances.
Yes,
yes,
I was on there.
Yes.
I mean, broadcast or not, we pull the curtain back. You and I chat pretty much a lot during the day in terms of Snapchat. So I'm out of here. Go ahead, Faith, finish it up.
But no, I was just gonna say that I got to meet
Peace
Chris,
out, Chris.
at the expo in Canton, and literally my first words to Chris in person are, "You are a beast," because he's a giant.
Thank you for that, Faith. I needed that confidence boost.
You're
And
welcome.
I'll send you that picture, even though you already have it. It's like I'm standing on a stepladder compared to you. But that's
Yes,
just it.
it really is.
All right, bye, friends. I'll
Bye,
be in
Chris.
touch.
See you. Wow.
BRB.
So we got a question. We'll answer it. Let's see. So
Oh.
I mean, you can handle it, Holly.
Give up OBJ.
No.
What are we doing with OBJ? Buy, sell, trade, forget.
Well, I'll be honest. The torn labrum on Baker Mayfield's non-throwing shoulder does worry me just a little bit. But he's the main guy in Cleveland right now. I'm not giving up on him yet. He is talented. Has he lost a step? Probably. I mean, that kind of comes with the territory of the injuries he's with, and for me, this is the second year of the Stefanski offense with Cleveland, and we're seeing progress. So I'm not ready to give up on OBJ yet. That's just me.
Yeah,
If he sucks the rest of the year,
premium value right now, anyway, right?
right? That's the big thing right there. Say OBJ has a good couple weeks, sell high, sell high. If you want to give up on him, sell high.
Right. I mean, I was never high on him to begin with. I mean, just for whatever reason, he's a player that I never had a lot of shares of. I mean, it just never, for me and my
He's
fantasy
not a
rosters,
WR1. He's not going to be a WR1 anymore.
Right.
So
I gotta ask: Is Faith like cooking up a cocktail there? I hear ice. I hear cans opening up.
a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Well, in her defense, the Kings could be mine because I've been known to pop a top or two. So I'm just saying.
I tried to
Oh, yeah,
pop
no,
one
I was
for you
just-
early, Holly, when I heard it.
Greatest sound ever. Just saying.
Absolutely.
So have you even used that cup I sent you?
I think I don't want to drink out of it, to be honest with you. I have it on my mantle of
Why?
important things. I've told you that because it's an important thing to me. A friend sent this to me. I'm not gonna pour my beverages inside it. I got it and I'm keeping it in a safe spot.
Yeah, but
I got it.
I
with
feel
the
like
stuff
that's
when my
even
grandpa
more of a
passed
reason.
away.
Yeah. I mean,
do you
that's,
hate?
or at least important
I
things.
could.
I mean, I would. I mean, unless you just think you're going to break it or something, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But man, if somebody sent me something like that, I'm filling them things up, baby.
Put
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I guess I could drink out of it right now.
Oh, that's
there you
cool.
go.
I mean, you don't have to. I was
Cheers.
just thinking. I was like, because you've showed it to me a few times, and I was like, well, I don't think he's even using it, but it is a pretty cool glass. It's a 85 or 86 Bears Super Bowl glass. So
Oh, nice.
yeah. So I sent him the glass. I sent Kyle a Packers book that I found at a store down here. So
Nice. That's pretty awesome. I've been in. So I was.
if
going,
I ever find something Lions related, I'll send you something because it's just something I do.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
they don't have crap. They don't have that crap down here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay,
yeah.
so we're gonna start talking merchandise a little bit here, and I mean, I've got my Lions stuff and everything, but this is something I was gonna talk about last week. I didn't actually show up to the show because something else came up, but I've gotten into football cards and getting packs of NFL cards and doing actually like video breaks and stuff like that. And so I'm looking through to see if I've got anything good that's like Bears related that came through. It's been an interesting. Oh, I got a nice Matthew Stafford here. It's his Lions gear, but it's the Rams logo at the top. It's all the Rams information. So
That's a pretty
this
good
has
one.
Yeah, it's been good, and you know, like I got a nice. Here it is. There's a Justin Fields.
Nice.
A Justin Fields rookie. You know, just breaking open some stuff, playing around, and I don't know. It's cool. Nothing. I don't expect to get rich off of it or do anything like that. But if I can create,
It's a fun
some
thing to start doing.
Yeah, create some content, resell it and everything, and get into you know, I was getting packs for like $6 of like 40 cards, and each of those
heck yeah.
cards, most of those cards came out to like on eBay worth like $1 at least. So, you know, right there for that's, you know, $40 or you know, $60 for a $5 pack. Like hell, why not?
I don't blame you one bit. I have a comic book shop here in town that I get stuff from.
Nice.
I thought you were just going to stop at I have a comic book shop, and I was going to be all. Wait a second.
No, I wish I had my own comic book shop.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, I got the cards
and Hollywood.
I just don't collect much of the cards no more because it's just, I think the market has become so expensive. You know, back when I was collecting, you know, as a kid and everything, you could buy a full pack of cards, 15 cards or 20, whatever it was, really cheap. And now they're just so expensive. Yeah, Faith, go ahead. Hi, Faith. Hi, Faith.
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
I let it
I'm not
linger
laughing
a little.
at you choking, I swear.
I let it linger a little too long before swallowing, and it was just.
That's what she said.
I was going to say that
Give
sounded
it
bad.
back.
Trust me, I was like, that didn't sound great.
You're gonna get us
my shirt?
canceled.
Come on now.
Oh,
So here,
Michael
Here goes
Scott
Max.
Paper Company. Nice. Nice.
So Josh Hudson, founder of Club Fantasy and a really good friend of mine, collects. He does comic books as well, and he's a big Spider-Man fan. And the last time I was in Serbia, I brought him back a Spider-Man comic book in Serbian.
wow.
Are you just a world traveler and we've just now realized this?
I did not know this either.
I've been to
I didn't
Canada,
either.
France, and Serbia. There you go.
Wow.
Those are my world travel.
Wow.
More than I've been.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, I used to live in Germany when my dad was stationed there when I was like 6 months old. So that's about my claim to fame, you know, with that.
I've never been to Germany, but when I was 2, we had a German exchange student.
Nice.
I don't think I would survive in Germany.
I've known a few of those.
A German exchange student?
Yep.
I feel like there's more to that story that is not appropriate for this stream.
Yep.
He said, I've known a few of those.
Oh,
Puts his head down. Yep. Goes back to doing whatever he's doing.
Oh,
I'm
that
hiding.
was great.
Oh,
Zachary, I'm going to need some details there, buddy. Also, look at this
Not
cup.
on live stream.
Better than a wedding.
There it is.
Yes.
So I had. So what are you drinking, Faith? What are you putting into that? What's the mixture? What is it called? Because I heard
I don't
the
know,
ice.
but she was
I heard
working
the
hard
connect-
on it a minute ago because we
Yeah.
could hear it.
That's why I was like, this
There
is
you
probably
go.
loud. I have to go mute. It's a Bacardi rum punch.
Okay.
Okay.
One of their canned, like,
sounds
mixed
good.
drinks. It's pretty delicious. It's 5.9% alcohol by volume.
There you go.
I don't drink beer. I don't like beer. I can't stand beer. I
love beer.
like ciders, but they have to be sweet. I don't like a dry cider. I
Right.
don't like wine. I don't. Yes, Hollywood, we know you like beer.
No, I was trying to high five Zach, but he's not looking. And yes, I do. Yeah. you're
You
correct,
like
I
beer a
do.
lot. So okay, I gotta say something. And Hollywood, you might appreciate this. I went to a party a couple weeks ago, And
Wait, hold on. You went to a party?
I did. I went to a party. I
Proud
do
of
go
you.
to
Dance party.
a lot of parties. Actually, I don't share everything on social media about my life, but I went to a party and it was a buddy's. Well, actually, technically, it was my wife's friend's husband's birthday. So
Okay.
that makes me and him buddies.
Yeah, you
right?
guys are
Because,
friends by
you know,
association. Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're that's what happens when you get married. You're friends.
Yep, you're friends
With the
because your
husbands
wife's
of all your
friends.
wives. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. So he liked Crown Royal Apple, and we were like, okay, I'll let's get him a present. We'll get him something liquor, and she was like, get him Crown, and so we did. Came with this nice little bottle, package of Crown. Took it over there, and we're doing like drinks, and they have a bar in their basement and everything, and we're having a good time. And he just pulls out, oh, thank you for this Crown. And he's like, I'll put it with the rest of them. And he just starts picking up bottles and putting them on the counter right next to all Crown Apple. And then so we ended up drinking shots of Crown Peach. And it was,
as you can see,
delicious.
I have never had Crown Peach. I've had Beam Peach.
I'm telling you, the Crown Peach is amazing. You'll not find anything better. I'm telling you.
Peach Jim Beam with ginger ale is been known to do some things.
I made
I
my
hadn't thought of
own
that
mixed
with
drink.
ginger ale, but that might be pretty good. Yeah.
So I've made my own mixed drink, and this has been a long time coming. It was probably close to 10 years ago when I discovered this drink. Originally, it was, here we go. This is awesome. Here we go. Grant is here.
Grant?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Grant's sitting in the dark.
Yeah,
So-
the room I'm in is not very well lit right now.
Grant's gonna have to upgrade his video game and get into these videos a little more often because this is pretty cool.
This has officially become the IDP Guys IDP Lounge.
Oh yeah, the
Hey, but we
takeover.
have to change the title because I'm not a cat owner. I'm a dog owner.
Whoa.
So
Whoa.
I'm sorry,
whoa.
guys.
Who invited him?
I don't know, but I can't deal with no more guests not on board with any of the stuff I'm dealing with right now.
Okay, Grant. Brief pause. Have you ever eaten at a Cracker Barrel?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you
ever
ever
had a
eaten
moon
moon
pie?
I think it was very, very long ago.
Okay, but still, have you seen The Godfather?
Yes.
Okay, there you go, Hollywood. You're good.
Okay, Grant can stay. The rest of y'all, I'm done with.
But let me finish my story about my drink. So it is essentially
There
started
you go,
as
Grant.
Jameson mixed with Snapple peach tea Snapple.
Ooh,
Oh my god, it's amazing! It is
I'm out.
okay. No, it's an
You lost me
amazing
at
summertime.
yeah. Oh,
Okay, peach tea.
I don't like
believe
sweet
it.
tea.
Snapple.
I can't stand tea. It's
Really?
disgusting.
Oh my god. Okay, so it started as that, and then it's turned into lately Arnold Palmer mixed with peach schnapps and Jameson,
Big mad.
and it is
Yes.
an amazing beverage. And I've gotten a few friends to get pretty drunk.
I
With it.
can't.
Okay,
do tea
let's
in
go.
any
Let's go
form
back
or
to
any
Hollywood.
fashion of
You
tea.
don't like sweet tea. I am thoroughly surprised by that notion.
Don't
Especially
like tea
being
in
from
any
Tennessee.
form, any fashion.
That's
any
my
way you can
point,
make
Nate.
it. I can't do it.
Yeah, how can you not like Tennessee if you're in the South?
I can't do tea. It's disgusting.
Really,
Sorry,
Oh,
I'm
it's
reading
sun
the private
tea,
chat.
sweet tea. Like
I
your
don't care
grandma
what kind of tea it is.
didn't raise you on sweet tea.
Oh yeah,
I
my
mean,
whole family grew up drinking tea. My aunt that I lived with, she made her own tea, set it out in the sunshine, and let it.
exactly.
The whole
Sun
nine
tea.
Yeah, I can't do it.
So my
I would
mom
rather
was
drink mud water as to drink tea.
So my mother was born and raised in Florida. Her mother was born in southeastern Ohio, the tri-state area, Portsmouth, like in that area with Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia. My dad was born and raised in Connecticut. Moved to Florida when he was 25. So like half of me is New England and half of me is like Florida Southern. And so there are things that I got from my dad, like the hatred of tea, which is funny because my mom can't stand tea either, but my dad like hates country music. I love country music. My mother, like there's this old family recipe that we got from my Polish great grandmother that my mother cannot stand, that my dad and I love. So it's like I'm split
I'm
on
Polish.
things that I like that are like from the South versus New England.
Mm.
And neither of them like tea, so I never got that. Like, I think it's disgusting.
Can I just
Yes,
say that
Jace.
Jace, it's
What up,
3:15
Jace?
a.m. there, and he is supporting us.
Why aren't you?
Yeah,
Why are you
Jace is
not
going
sleeping?
to
don't you
the
got a
game
game coming up?
in 6 hours. Yeah, he's going to that game. Why are you not sleeping?
No, he's probably
He's
tailgating right now.
pre-gaming right now. He is doing this
He's
correctly.
pre-gaming.
He probably
Yes.
is tailgating, ain't he?
But that's like 6 hours before game time.
There's
Hey,
nothing wrong with
you
that.
can't drink all day if you don't start
Don't
in the
start
morning.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like, I'm going to the Browns game next weekend, and it's a 4 o'clock game. We're getting up there real early just so we can party.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there it is.
So-
He's
Okay,
probably
actually,
outside
but
Wembley
now
right
that
now.
I think about it, he's got a game in like 12 hours, 11 hours, because a game starts at 9:30 our time, so it's only
Yeah,
10:30. So yeah, I just don't think he's gone to bed yet.
He seems to
Nor
be
should he.
that.
Just keep on rocking.
Yeah,
All the way
CMC
through.
is out
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you're this far into it, you got to stay dedicated.
No,
Just keep
he's-
rocking.
He's CMC's doubtful.
But it's
So-
highly unlikely that he plays.
Yeah. And even if he did play, I would not be starting him.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Hamstrings take too long to heal, just like Dalvin Cook's ankle. He's not going to be 100% ready yet.
Agreed.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
Grant, are you
Oh.
drinking water?
I'll say that again.
Are you drinking water?
No, I am drinking
It's too dark to be water.
Weller's
Ooh.
You're drinking what?
bourbon. Straight
Oh.
bourbon.
There you
I
go.
think
There you go.
Do you
So-
have a glass of water though?
I do have a glass of water.
Okay.
I've been drinking
I was
beer
like,
and
I know I saw
everything.
you do that with a tall cup and clear liquid. I didn't see the other drink, and I was
Well,
like,
actually, that's
Everything.
vodka. I'm sorry.
I'm
was
so
like,
liking Grant
but,
right now.
warm.
Hey,
He's
I've
ready.
only ever interacted with Grant in a staff meeting, so this is like different Grant
Well, you interacted with me in Canton.
for like 2 minutes, and then I had to go
Yeah.
social butterfly with everybody else.
I feel like I would have killed Canton if I'd have been able to make it.
I feel like Canton. Listen, don't even. Let's not go there, Hollywood. Let us not bring up Canton.
I can't wait till next year.
I hope
It's
you
gonna
all.
be great. We're all gonna be there.
I hope you
hopefully
can
Faith
all
will make
come
it.
and witness Canton. It's actually a fun little city. It's growing. It's fun.
Listen, I'm only coming to Canton if I can gather all of your dad's food trucks in one location and try them all.
Hey,
Hey, maybe you can work
Those
some
hot dogs,
magic.
yo. Those hot dogs.
so
Look amazing.
Nate's got some.
I have tea to spill on that, so like
Ooh.
that is probably a possibility for next year. There are things in the works.
Oh, that's right.
regarding
You're on like
the
the inner
expo.
circle with Bob.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
You and
He's in the clique.
Hey, you know that's someone's got to be there, and if that gets us to like rise to the next level, you know why not? But so we brought on Grant, and we've now heard what he's drinking because we've all talked about it. But Grant, you know you don't have a cat, unfortunately. But tell us about your
Shame.
dog. How did you adopt
Kick him
it,
out.
or
Get him
what
outta
did-
here.
what- how did
Yeah,
you get
no,
your
so-
dog, and what's the
First-
story?
First, I need to know what kind of dog you have and what its name is.
So Ellie is a 1-year-old double doodle. So what that is,
What?
it's a
What?
Labradoodle and a double doodle mix.
I did a
Okay.
double doodle about a couple hours
What's a
ago.
double doodle?
Like a triple doodle?
like,
Yeah, I don't know.
like,
I'm new to this doodle world. My
so I know
fiance.
what a Labradoodle is. It's Labrador Poodle, and then I don't. What is a double doodle?
So
Is it
a golden doodle is a golden
golden
retriever.
retriever doodle?
Poodle.
Poodle, yeah.
So then it takes a golden doodle and a Labradoodle mix to get a double doodle.
Stop it.
So then you've taken that mix with a Labrador. So wouldn't it just take it back to Labradoodle?
They call
No,
it a double
because it's
doodle.
Labradoodle, golden doodle.
double
Yeah,
So it's
so-
like it's like
That makes a double doodle.
it's
Yeah.
like
Then a
two,
double
so
doodle.
double
and a
doodle. It's like
Labradoodle.
It's 2 parts poodle, 1 part Labrador, 1 part golden retriever.
Yeah, so basically, I'm getting the best of all 3 worlds with this pup.
He's getting the best of all 3 hypoallergenic worlds.
Hey,
not
this
shed.
is my first dog ever that has never shed before, and I don't think I'm ever going back.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, that's not a bad. Yeah, I understand.
I mean,
What color
Nate,
is she?
she's all black. Nate's actually got to meet her once.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did.
All
Very
black,
friendly
nice,
dog.
nice.
I'm gonna need pictures in Slack. Thank you.
Go check out my Twitter, and she's doing a ladder, and so she does these classes called K9 fitness classes. Basically, it's like CrossFit for dogs, and she's just passed level 3. She's going on to level 4.
Stop it.
So
Her tail.
CrossFit for dogs.
It's so floofy.
His dog is. More
She's looking at
active than
pictures
me.
right now. That's what she's
Oh, I'm
doing.
on Grant's
I love that,
Twitter.
Hollywood. I heard that.
Her tail is like
Okay,
a
so I keep
feather
moving down the
duster.
chain here. I get it.
So okay. So you've got an amazing dog. It's hypoallergenic,
Belly.
Yep.
and it's black. Named Allie. How did you get to this point with having this dog?
So during COVID, fiance's working from home. She's feeling lonely. And we knew that we wanted a dog, but we didn't know if we were ready yet because we were just moving into the house. So finally, once she starts working from home and she's like, I need something in the house with me or else it's just quiet and boring. So we end up going with a breeder that we kind of knew already because her parents have Ellie's older sister by 4 years, and they look exactly alike. They act exactly alike. It's kind of funny. So we got her from a breeder, a local breeder.
Nice. That's awesome.
Guys, I'm giving you an NCAA football update. With 8 minutes left to go in the third, Texas A&M is up over Alabama, 31-17.
Hey, roll Tide.
Wow.
No, sir.
No, I'm
sir.
making that as like a joke because I hate that Tide.
Easy.
If Alabama
Those are-
loses, do you know what position that puts Georgia in? First.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wow.
Hey, Big Ten's the best conference this year, hands down.
So you must
Is it though?
It is.
They're
you
not
must
the
be a
best conference.
Stafford fan then, Faith, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're
Stafford,
not the best
Swift.
conference, but they have one of the best teams in Iowa. Those boys on defense are legit. I'm telling you.
Hey, Buckeyes, Hawkeyes, Big Ten championship.
Oh, the Buckeyes can walk. They can walk all the way.
Where are they walking to, Hollywood?
They can walk
Indianapolis.
to Florida, and then they can just jump on off in
Indianapolis
the ocean.
hosting the trophy.
Yeah. Whatever.
Grant,
Keep on
no,
dreaming.
no, honey,
No
no.
way.
I literally have no
That ain't
idea.
happening.
I don't watch.
That is not happening.
But,
I legitimately will scream if Alabama loses this game.
How much time's left?
There is 7:54 left in the third.
And if my buddy Kyle is listening right now, his Michigan Wolverines are
Alabama
losing
just got the ball back
22-19 right now
Yes,
Mm.
I hate the
to
Wolves.
Nebraska,
to
unranked
Nebraska. Yeah.
Nebraska.
so,
Yeah.
So this is funny. I was talking about my trip to Canton and the expo and everything with some Michigan people the other day. My sister had a friend come from Michigan, and I was saying how I could not help myself but to insult Ohio the whole time I was there. Not because I dislike
I mean, it's
my
just
host.
so easy to do.
Well, it is very simple, but also just from being from Michigan, it was just like I've grown up my whole life, even though I'm in New England now. It has not left me, and it wasn't that terrible of a place, I did like some things, but it was Ohio.
And people from Ohio probably were like, okay, whatever. You're from Michigan.
Oh no,
can't
your
beat
dad
us
was
in
giving
the
it right
past
back
10
to me.
years. It's just time to put the kid to sleep, all right? Because Daddy's going to play some football
Put the
now.
kid to sleep or put the kid to bed, because they are very different things.
I mean, I guess they're different.
Oh shoot! Night night.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
this is
Yeah,
your fault,
yeah.
Nate. You booked this group, boy.
I mean,
I
okay.
did totally. I brought
There's
on Grant.
only-
It's great. It's awesome. I was very happy to have Chris Robin on Detroit Beastie earlier. He even mentioned it was a pleasure on Facebook to come on. And getting Grant on here now is awesome.
Yeah.
We need to book more shows with you, Grant. You know, because you are
Yeah, Grant.
the back end of our video stuff for IDP guys.
Yeah, I'm glad to be.
And Grant is muted.
Yeah, I think you muted yourself, Grant.
I love it.
Did you hit the space bar? Because that might do it.
she
Poor my
likes
kid.
to like
That's my
do things until
that's
you
my
pay
mini
attention.
me.
Goodbye, Grant.
He died.
And then once you notice, she's like, "What? I'm out."
Yeah. She's like, nobody can see me. Oh, if they see me, I'm gone.
That's my
Gentlemen.
oldest. I swear, everything like me. Sorry to interrupt, Faith. My bad.
I'll remember that next article you write.
Oh man.
Did we lose Grant?
We did.
We-
Looks like it.
Gentlemen, it is 10:30,
it is 10:30.
and I have to get up early tomorrow. I still need to
9:30
go eat
here.
something. So
Well,
I
you're lucky.
am bailing.
Let's
I'll remember the next time you edit one of my articles.
oh snap. Okay,
Oh.
so with
Okay.
that, before you go, Faith, we're gonna kick this off with you, but we are going to go around. We're gonna wrap this up right now because I've got, I think I want to play some video games tonight. I take the weekends off, play, drink some beers, and let's get in. Faith, what are you up to? Where can people find you? How can they follow you?
You can find me on Twitter at @FF_leap of faith. I am currently spending every other day editing the written musings of the fine folks over at IDP Guys. The fine folks in Hollywood.
Oh,
He's not even paying attention.
we love you, Hollywood.
We do. Let me just say
Everybody
this.
does.
I love all of the writers, but I sometimes I feel like they are. So I'm an only child. So sometimes I feel like the writers are my brothers, and I literally just want to punch them in the face because they're not cooperating. And that's, again, I'm an only child, so I feel like I have to pick on somebody. And it
There
usually
he
ends
is.
up
Grant's
being them.
back.
Grant's back.
Yeah, it's some
And
technical issues.
then you can find me every Saturday morning on the Club Fantasy Twitter at Club Fantasy FFL, doing their Start Sit Different Day at 11 a.m.
Starts what? Okay, cool, awesome.
Start Sit Different Day, not Start Shit Different Day. That was earlier.
Not start
Start
shit.
shit.
What's-
That was
What's
great.
a start
Oh,
set
and-
different day?
And once a year, and actually, I got to figure out the name of this. Follow the Women of Fantasy Football at women of _FF.
Y'all need maybe need a website or something,
Women of
Hey, I know a guy.
Women of fantasyfootball.com.
Oh, you do have a website. Okay.
We do.
Well, if you
Did
need some
not know
graphic
that.
work, I know a guy.
He
We have
He knows
a really cool graphic designer that kind of
Well,
works with IDP guys.
Other
side
just-
Hollywood.
I just know it.
Hollywood doesn't know how to
But
point.
not
on
me.
screen.
Don't point at me. I have no skill.
I appreciate y'all help up here and how Faith
Over there,
just
in that corner.
dodging it. But all right, so great. Thanks, Faith. Definitely go check her out, follow her, and everything that's going on there.
Jace, go to bed.
Awesome. that
No,
you've stuck
no,
so-
stay up,
so
Jace.
long with us.
Don't
Keep
drinking
drinking
go
the
to bed.
crown apple
drinking.
and the crown
Crown
peach.
You're committed. Keep going.
Jace,
All right,
I
Grant.
hurt you.
You're it to win it.
In it to win
That's
it.
right.
Yeah. So he needs to go to Wembley or wherever this game is held at. Just shit face
Tottenham?
tomorrow.
Oh,
Is
I
it
want to see a
Tottenham?
live stream from Jace.
I'm pretty sure it's Tottenham.
That's another thing. Jace, hit me up. We will get you connected in the StreamYard so that you can live stream to all our YouTube channels. Just what the hell's going on there? Like live at the game. I will put you up into that. We
Seriously.
can do this.
So
Like,
here's
I
I
my
want to know what
question.
the people are like at these games.
So here's my question: do they do soccer cheers
Yeah.
at these football games?
Tottenham
Because they-
Hotspur Stadium.
Where are they at?
They're at Tottenham Hotspur
Okay.
Stadium,
Yeah.
okay.
not Tottenham. Hey, Hollywood.
Yes.
Yep.
Present.
Knoxville. How do you say that?
Knoxville?
Knoxville.
Yes.
Knoxville.
What? What kind of Tennessean are you? It's Knoxville.
That's what I said. Knoxville.
That's not what you said. You
changed
said
it.
Knoxville.
That's
He
exactly
did.
what I
He
said.
did. He corrected it.
You said Knoxville,
Knoxville.
the first time.
If we want to
Knoxville.
get into
Yes.
pronunciations, you don't want to go toe to toe with someone that lives outside of Mass. I'm sure Faith.
Massapequa.
Hey, my peeps
Worcester?
live in Knoxville. Okay,
Spell
what I'm
Worcester.
talking about.
Worcester.
Well, Worcester in
Not
Ohio is
Knoxville.
Wooster.
Well,
Just saying.
So, Massachusetts, Ohio.
Massachusetts makes everything complicated. Ohio's real smart.
No, Ohio just dumbs everything down.
Missouri.
Oh man,
Missouri.
here it is. Jace is. I'm locked in Hollywood. Up in 3 hours. Oh man,
Oh,
My
Jace.
boy.
He
Yes.
is
Hey, at that point,
trooper.
it's not even worth going to bed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Just keep on
keep
hammering.
that
That's
buzz
it.
going.
Hell yeah,
Keep that buzz
Jace.
going.
Yeah.
Jace, I
You can
will
sleep
think of you
you're
when I
dead,
wake
man.
up.
Come on.
No, send me your Venmo. We're gonna put that out on Twitter, and people are gonna buy
We're
you
gonna
drinks
buy you
to keep
drinks.
you up until.
Well, we're
after
gonna
the
buy
game
you
and
energy drinks
further.
because I feel like if we give him booze now, it'll just make him tired.
But no, you just got to keep it going, man. You keep it going. Keep doing shots. You'll be great. But
Mini
so
Mags.
we are
She's
wrapping
adorable.
up now. We're gonna finalize the show. It's been great. Hollywood is doing Hollywood things. But Grant, you are new to the show. Give everyone a little taste of
Lord
like
Jesus.
where they can find you, what kind of content you're putting out, and what do you do for IDP guys?
Yeah, so you can find me at Grant_Gillan. That's GILLILAN. It's confusing, I know.
Wait,
so
how do
go
you
ahead and
pronounce your last name?
hit that. Say that again.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Gillan.
Then why is there an extra L-I in the middle? It's
It's the English
Gilliland.
language. Are you going to question it?
Worcester.
But yeah, I'm basically doing all the editing and YouTube stuff for IDP guys. So all these
Doing a great job, dude.
DFS minutes and injury reports that you
Lord.
see going up on Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. That's me.
Nice.
Grant is all about video editing. He's a video editor.
Yes.
I do the words, he does the video.
Absolutely. And Grant, we got to get you on more things. We got to get you on more of these lounges, more of these Sunday morning start sits, get your opinions, because I know you're watching them. You could easily just jump in.
I'm always watching.
Grant,
Yeah.
just know that he didn't say that about me, so feel special.
Hey, if you want a real good show, get me and my dad on here.
I'm sure it'll be coming. We've got
I just
plenty
whooped
of,
his ass in fantasy. All right.
ooh,
I'm 1-0 against my dad.
Nice. There you go. That's got to feel good.
Oh, and it's even better because I'm a Browns fan. So we're
Oh, that's right. Your dad's a Steelers fan, right?
yeah.
Ooh, tough time to be a Steelers fan, right?
Man.
Hollywood's got. Is that an oven mitt, Hollywood?
It might be.
It might be.
It might be.
All right,
It might
Zach,
be.
we're hitting you up. Tell everyone where they can find you, what you got going on, the fact that you've made it to day shift so you can be
Oh my gosh.
everything.
Oh man.
Welcome to the normies.
Yeah. It's literally been a whole thing. That night shift was like I couldn't have a life. It was so hard to keep up with just trying to do everything. But yeah, I'm day shift now, so I'll be able to like participate with a lot of stuff. I'll make the team meetings. I actually have a plan because you know how every year when the season's ongoing, we have just a few players who what I like to term as IDP surprises, as guys that we did not expect to be relevant and are kind of kicking ass. And, like let's say Quincy Williams or, possibly Tate Crowder in the coming months if he starts filling in well for Blake Martinez. So I'm a little series I'm thinking about working on is IDP surprises. I'm going to kind of cover their situations and talk about them a little bit. And that's something I'm probably going to actually start working on this week. Hopefully the first will be done by the end of the week. And you can find all my writing, a contributor for IDP Guys. You can find my rankings at IDP Guys as well. I try to update those weekly. And on Twitter at ZMagsIDP, just like my handle says here on the face, right over here. But yep, and then
That's
I got
awesome.
the mini mags behind.
There it is. That really is awesome because if you really go back and watch some of our older episodes, Z-Max has been on the team for years now, and I know that we've had like you hit a tough spot with
2 years, yeah.
COVID and everything, and it was documented on some of the shows that we had. So
It
like
sucked.
we've looked at you
Yeah.
through like a lot of this process, and then now you're getting to that point where it's just the perfect spot for you, and really happy for you, man. Absolutely. And
Thank
looking
you. I really
forward to
appreciate
have
it.
you back into the fold, into the mix of like the video content and everything else. So it is really amazing. Yep. Hollywood.
Present.
So give the audience, they want to know, where do they find you? What are you doing? Do you do anything during the season? I gotta ask. Like,
I'm currently crushing cans right now. Does that count?
Hey man.
That sounds
I'm
about
crushing
right.
cans too. I got plenty of them over here. So I'm on board with you. But what are you doing fantasy wise? Where can people find you? And what's the stress level with Faith and you?
Well, I liked it better when Beastie was here because I felt like she was really on his ass tonight. Now that he's gone, I feel like she's focused her attention on me, which I don't care much for. So, but she does a good job with her editing. She really does. So appreciate her. Absolutely. But find me over at IDP Guys, writings, rankings, 3-4 articles a week, IDP Nation, WIDP Grind.
3-4 articles a week. Okay.
Yeah, 3? Yeah, at least 3.
When you turn it in.
They're turned in. Go check that
out.
out.
We got one from you this week.
No, go look.
Yes.
Go look.
She got the cat.
Look. But anyway, find me on Twitter, Hollywood Titan, Reddit, King Titan 1. I mean, I'm not too hard to find, so.
Yeah. Not at all. Awesome. Great. It was a great show with all of you. I'm going to leave everyone with a final question from Aiden Freen off YouTube. Brandon Cooks, Amari Cooper, Antonio Brown, A-Rob. Which two do you start?
Cooks and Brown. I said it.
I wouldn't start Cooks in New England.
Cooks and Brown.
I'm not starting Cooks against New England. New England
Don't be
always
scared.
cancels out the number 1 receiver. This is my Panther. But I am starting Cooper. Yeah, he's a big black guy. Big black one. Let's see if he's there he is.
Oh shit.
A big black one. A big black one. Sorry, I'm so sorry, guys.
I don't have a bleep button.
He's a BBC. A big black cat. Big black cat. BBC.
I can't. Oh shit.
But I'm starting Amari Cooper and A-Rob because I think A-Rob has a good bounce back game this week. He plays well against the Raiders.
I'm going Antonio
BBC.
Brown
Signing off.
because it seems like he's getting more targets. If anything follows last week's game, Godwin kind of fell off. So if that continues, Antonio Brown's your guy. Amari Cooper is my go-to on Dallas. So
good, gotcha. Okay, awesome. Yeah, this has been a great show. I very much appreciate everyone coming on. For any other start sits questions, we will be back. Myself, Hollywood will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m.
I would like to come out in the morning, Nate. Just so you know.
Hey, Zach will be there. Grant, can we get you?
I might be able to. Yeah.
Okay. I'll hit you guys up in the morning, and outside of Faith, who probably you don't wake up that early, or
at 11 a.m. I'll be at 11 a.m. I'll be at church.
Well, it is Sunday. I appreciate that. That is, I can understand it. All right, so we will be back to talk start sits at 11 a.m. tomorrow. I apologize. We are not functional enough to do content at. Well, you'd have to start at 7:30 Eastern, maybe 8.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you were to keep with that hour buffer time, really, we'd have to start streaming at 7 a.m. And it's just not me. I ain't that guy. So we're going to stick with 11.
No way in hell I'm doing this at
Not
7.
that guy.
I promise you.
Hollywood, just don't go to bed.
There you go. Just keep drinking.
Keep drinking. We'll keep it rolling. We might as well just not stop the feed.
I was going to say, you could just
right into the start sit right now. Just keep this going.
Hey, I'm game.
drink
I'll
in
go as long as
solidarity
y'all
with
wanna go.
Jace.
I'm just saying. Jace, I got you.
Let's get
brother.
Jace in here.
Just
Jace, what up? Let's
Yeah.
keep
yeah,
this
just
rolling.
leave it recording. I got this.
Can
All
you
right.
imagine Hollywood After Dark?
Oh, there's a show.
No.
Hey,
There's
we might have to move this.
great idea, Faith. Great idea.
We might have to move this
That's
off.
happening.
Then
Boom.
We'll
We're gonna
figure out
need to
how to
move this to-
monetize that.
we had the paywall.
Patreon or OnlyFans?
Hey, you do what you need
Can you
to.
imagine
I will
a
rock and
Hollywood
roll the shit out of
OnlyFans?
Nor do I want
Okay.
to. We have jumped off of the rails. Do you know the scene in Deathly Hallows where they come to the what is it? The falls. What are the name of it? Shoot.
In our defense, we were never on the rails tonight.
Truth.
Oh, we were.
We never did. Well, the rails were cats, and we covered plenty of cats.
And then Grant got here, who
Yes,
has a
we did.
dog. So
And
Who's the
BBC.
accident cat who walks across the back of our couch or tries to.
and Zach had to show his BBC.
Oh,
Oh, that's a little scary.
oh, I love it.
Wait, is that from the? That's from the.
Lord
profile
Jesus,
image.
no, ma'am.
Let me in.
I don't do
with
horror
that-
movies. I don't do
Yes.
scary things. I
Thank
don't.
you,
I don't.
Hollywood.
Yes,
Mm-mm.
let me in.
Chris,
Wow.
Detroit PC, who was in here earlier, big fan of horror movies, big fan of scary things. Like I said, we are friends on Snapchat. He will randomly send me clips from like Halloween and like other horror movies of when characters just get murdered. And I'm like, really? I have learned to just like let them play and not look at them because I know I'm not going to enjoy it.
So it's a good thing that I don't have Snapchat on my phone. I don't get into that. I'm not a jump scare type person. I actually had this conversation with my sister today. She went to AMC by us, did a $5 scary movie night. It was a random movie, and it happened to be the new Halloween, or not the new one, but like the last Jamie Lee Curtis Halloween from like 2018. And I was just like, that would be really great. I would love to go, but I can't do jump scares. I can do gross. 13 Ghosts. 13 Ghosts with Matthew Lillard was like peak horror movie for me.
Great.
Because it's really good.
Yeah. I love
but
13
then
Ghosts.
there's absolutely no jump scares because they're in a glass house. Like there's a scene where there's a fucking monster running back and forth through different hallways just to get to them. And it's like, I can do this. But there's like gross stuff and all that stuff. And
So
I like
doesn't
that.
bother me.
That I
like
can get
Kit
behind.
Kats?
That's a little less scary. Although I feel like it is a little creepy still.
Well, it's creepy, but it's not.
She's grabbing
jump
all
scare.
my masks.
I like this kid. I like her.
Can we bring her on the IDP line for Mags?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
just
don't-
mute me and she
I
me
probably
and her can just
could.
rock it through the night here.
I don't do jump scares. I don't do gore. I don't. So, fun fact: when the movie Hostel came out, back in the day, my friend was like, "Do you want to go see Hostel?" And I was like, "Sure." I didn't research it when it came out. Like, I wasn't a big internet person to like Google it, find out whatever. So when she said Hostel, my brain heard hostile as in like hostile, HOSTILE. So I was like, it's some war movie, it's some whatever. Like, okay, cool. So we get in there, we're watching the movie. There's topless women. I'm like, it's
What?
nothing I haven't seen. It's no big deal. But it gets to the scene, and I'm going to spoil this old movie. And if you haven't seen it, that's on you. It gets to the scene where they clip the dude's Achilles, and I'm like, I'm out. I walked out and walked across the hall and watched License to Wed with Robin Williams,
cringe.
and I left my two friends. I'm like, I don't know. Not doing it. No.
The one
So
movie that got me as a kid was Grudge. I don't know if you guys remember the first Grudge.
Yes.
I could not. I don't know what it was about that. But I was in 7th grade watching this movie with my girlfriend at the time in theaters, watching it through my fingers like this, and I got dumped a day later.
Wow, that's crazy. So
rough.
what I can go back to when I can go back to when like this all came about for me. My dad, when I was like, I don't know, I probably was like under 6 years old, got Friday the
That's so
13th
creepy.
and Nightmare on Elm Street and Child's Play, and we watched it like in my grandparents' basement when I was like just a child. And I remember these movies and just being traumatized by these jump scares, and I've never been able to do it since.
Okay, Z-Matt. Okay, that's enough of you. No, no.
But okay, so it's been great. We've done this whole thing. We've gone from
We were
cats,
signing off
we've gone
23
to
minutes ago.
grants, and then now we are in Halloween movies. But we have the whole month of October to talk Halloween movies, and all of that stuff. So we're gonna sign off now. We've said everything as far as where our guests and our hosts, to where you can find them. But for the show, check us out. If you want this in audio form, go to IDP Nation,
IDP Lounge.
IDP Guys Network on any and
IDP
all
Nation.
catch
Yeah,
it.
I know, right?
I don't know where the IDP Nation came from. I apologize. But
Hollywood.
hey, you can also go. You can also go to IDP Nation. That's Hollywood's thing. IDP Guys Network.
Not this week's.
And catch all of our shows. They do get uploaded right after the show finishes streaming. As well as definitely check out, what Hollywood's got going on. YouTube channel, IDP Guys
Next week.
Network as well. So great every doing the show and all of that stuff. So thanks everyone for showing up.
Hey, Nate.
Yep.
Don't forget to download this when we're done.
I won't.